I wasn't always like this.
Time heals everything. I'ma get a wedding ring. I'ma get $1 million. I'ma be a fucking scholar. Did it by myself, and it seems that you still bother. Living my best life really seems to be the best karma. Call it revenge while you somewhere hating. Thank you, God, for all the prayers and patience. Vindication, no, not validation. I built me, nigga. You get Nathan.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Hi guys, so I decided that today I'm gonna record part 1 of the Art of Letting Go series, discussing my EP that is coming out in the middle of this year. Sometime this year, it will be very, very soon. But before that comes out, I am having one of my lead songs be released at the end of this month. And so with that coming up, I decided that I wanted to talk about the EP with you guys directly, as well as break down what the song is about, and so that you guys can start to get a picture of what to expect out of the EP when listening to it. I've been on a seriously good portion of my healing journey, and it didn't start off easy. And those are things that I feel like a lot of people don't get to talk about. I think everybody just sees the end result. And so I decided that it is time that I start unpacking and unraveling things that I feel I've healed from, that inspired a lot of the writing on this project. And to be honest with you guys, it wasn't even a project at first. And so I'm going to dive in, and I'm going to answer some of the anonymous questions that you guys sent in to me on Instagram and on Snapchat, and I'm going to read them out loud to you and give you my response. So I also asked family members as well as friends questions they have about the EP, because a lot of people around me don't get to hear my music until basically you guys get to hear my music, because everyone around me is pretty busy. Sometimes we have stop and chills to hear my progress, but no one has heard the full EP, and I will explain why very, very shortly. So I'm going to start with the first question. Have you ever reached a low point with your music, like where you weren't sure if this was for you anymore? How did you keep going? What was that moment that made you sit back, look at your music, and realize that all this bullshit that comes with it, this is what you really want to do? So I'm going to start by answering the first question. Have I ever reached a low point with my music? Yes. I feel like a big portion of reaching lows with my music had to come with evaluation of self and a certain form of building confidence, because I was letting other people's wants and needs prioritize my wants and needs as an artist. And I feel like a lot of people cannot relate to what you're thinking about or what you're thinking when it's happening directly, because it wasn't meant for them to see. It was divinely gifted for you to see and for you to translate into how, and you translate how you're experiencing it, which makes it relatable to others. It's your one-to-one experience being written with the perception of oh my God, this only happens to me. And then you start to have a divine group of people who are vibrating with you and understand what is happening and relate to your song. And this is how I've come to terms that I'm writing for me, but I'm writing experiences that don't just apply to me. So that's what keeps me going. To know that I went through this, I'm going to talk about it. A lot of it is therapy to me. So when I'm writing, I feel like once I write about it, it's my final kiss goodnight. It's this is the all of be all of what I got from this lesson. And each lesson has mini micro lessons in between, but and for me it's that alone is amazing, because I feel like if I'm able to write about it, put into words what happened, and tell it all and let it out, the art of letting go, I stop having so much emotion attached to it, and I'm able to alchemize my pain into something more, into a story that can be told over and over again and felt. And then the secondary part of what was asked is, what was the moment that you made that made you sit back, look at your music, and realize that all this bullshit that comes with it, this is what you really want to do. I feel like the way in which I feel when I'm able to express myself in completion makes me feel a lot more powerful than weak. And so that's another reason why I want to keep doing it, because my words have power. I have power. Like, I've decided that. And when I say that, I mean it in the sense of, like, a lot of people who are victims of their situation or had something crazy happen to them, they don't ever fully get to talk about what it is that bothers them, or it's like their version of events are not believed or whatever. When I write about what happened, this is my perspective, this is what happened, these are my truths. No one could take anything away from it. And I feel like it empowers other people as well to say, this shit happened to me and I'm able to get past that and get over it, like, and still be great. So that's what makes me keep writing. And as much crazy shit that happens, I can't imagine myself doing anything else, because music has literally saved my life. Before I became the writer, I was the listener, you feel me? And as someone who understood the power of words and how music makes me feel so alive, I don't think I'd be here if I wasn't for music. Literally, I don't know what my life would be like without music. I don't think I'd be here. And I mean that as a listener and as someone who writes. Another question was, what's the main thing that keeps you motivated even when you feel like you don't have it in you? And what inspired you the most to continue even after everything you've been through? I'm not gonna lie. I'm motivated, for one, to prove myself, because a lot of things for me, like even how I push myself creatively speaking, is a challenge to self. Like, but can you really actually do this, or does it just sound good, or like, and all of those things that I'm pushing over, all the fears and everything else in between, is like, it even be a oh shit moment for me. Like, okay, I was actually able to do this. Let me do something else. Let me try the next big thing. So that always motivates and challenges me. So I challenge myself. And a lot of it is like, I literally live to say, okay, I did that. Fuck that. And so I just like that for myself. Like, I always want the best of everything. So it's like, if I could give it to myself and push it out of myself, then I'm happy. Because it's like, see, you didn't need it. You got it yourself. Another question I was asked for about on the EP is, how many takes did each song of the EP take? And they mean by vocal takes. So for me, I do everything with demos. Even when you're listening to my rap songs, everything gets a demo. So almost every song I've ever had has at least one version of it recorded. Right now, I'm in the phase of doing master copies of my songs. So right now, currently, each song only has one take, but the finished product is probably going to be 2 vocal takes at minimum. And we're not talking about when I'm standing in the booth, because now with demos, it's like I try to lay down the best version of the vocals that I can, currently, as to what I'm hearing or feeling in my spirit. But the master vocals are going to be very much someone in there coaching me to make sure that what I'm sounding like is efficient enough. I'm not a strong singer. I wish I was. Like, I feel like younger version of me was a stronger singer because she would sing all the time. Now it's like, now that I'm older and I'm able to translate what it is that I'm singing or what it is that I'm taking in, it's like I have emotions for the song, so I sing with emotion over accuracy. And so right now, with my songs that are coming out, the emotion I want to still be heavily lined in there, but I definitely want efficient sound so that when I am going back through and I finally do get to perform it, it sounds adequate. So yeah. Another question I got is, if this is a conversation, who am I having this conversation with, and what do I think the response is? So one thing about me, and I gotta openly say this, is that any songs that you're hearing are written 100% by me, and there is like something attached to every lyric. So I'm gonna basically, for this part 1, break down what inspired me to write my main song. And I hope you guys enjoy the ride of like knowing this. And for me, each song directly addresses a different issue, but when I write, I feel like it's my higher self who already has seen things that I haven't seen, telling me or speaking over on me to review and reflect on a situation, to be like, hey, you were once here and now you're here, and this is why. So it's a conversation to myself from myself, for reminding me of where I came from, and it's also like a conversation piece to whoever the song is about. Granted, I don't try to label things directly with specific people, because hit dogs are gonna holler. So it's like, if I talk about this in this situation and it feels like it applies to you because you've done something, and this is how I would take from it, this is my take from it, this is my perspective from it. And I feel like it's also a conversation to people that I am truly never gonna connect with again, and my 2 cents on how I'm ending it, so that I get a sort of closure and clarity with myself, because closure isn't real with other people. Like, I'm not giving anyone else the opportunity to manipulate me. I'd rather just say my piece, and if you really want to hear it and you really want to hear from me, you're gonna click and listen to my music. So here you go. I was asked, who would you say your biggest inspiration is right now musically? So when we talk about this specific project, who can I say inspired it? I want to say all the people that harm me, including myself. So if we're talking about this EP project, this was inspired from self. And I know a lot of people are like, that's kind of like weird to say. Whenever I listen to a song or whenever I'm writing, I'm listening to my higher self. So because I'm listening to my higher self, it's like, yo, like, this is crazy. So I write poetry. I'm a writer. I will tell anybody that to begin with. From up and down, I'm a writer. I write these songs with like no initial background, backdrops, nothing. And then I go search for a beat. Now, when I go search for a beat, so I'm the type, like, a lot of people will look for beats and then start writing. Beat selection for me is the last problem. It's very long and very strenuous. And as someone who writes who writes without a beat, it's very easy for me to layer a song on top of another beat and change the cadence of it, because it was written like without the structure of a song fully in mind. It was, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm feeling, and then I go, this would be a good chorus, right? And then I write the chorus out, and then now whenever I'm going to go search for a beat, it's very rare. So what I'll do is, if I like a beat, I'll be like, okay, I'll listen to like a demo of like, or a snippet of someone's like ad things, and I'm like, okay, this is they kind of point to what I would like to probably hear. So then I click the person, the producer, and then I go through and I look through a lot of their songs. I'll spend freaking nights. Another question is, who haven't you seen in forever? There's a lot of people I haven't seen in forever. I don't even think I've seen my old self in forever. So to ask that, if you mean like musically on the scene, where is, I'm trying to figure out who's the artist that I really would be like, damn, I haven't seen them in a minute, I wonder how they're doing. See, I try not to get too, I know a lot of people's business and private lives, but I try not to get too engulfed in it. If I was to ask about an artist, where are they right now, I'd say, where's the guy that created Man's Not Hot? I wonder what he's doing in life right now. Like that, I think that's a good answer. Okay, and before I even ask this question, you guys, when I put up the anonymous questions to ask, I specifically meant about my music and EP and what's going on. A lot of you want to know what's going on in my private life, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's called a private life for a reason, right? So I'm gonna start with this one. If you think shooting your shot through an anonymous app is gonna result in like us going somewhere, the answer is already hell no. I'm not into the sneaky shenanigans. Like, if you like me for real, front forward, because I'm gonna like you for real, front forward, you feel me? And then I just think it's very weird that you're waiting around to shoot your shot privately. Like, bitch, do I look like Victoria? I don't want to be nobody's secret, okay? 2, I need y'all to understand, if I'm in a relationship, unless that person goes on Facebook and starts blasting about what happened after we break up, it never was like y'all get to see my relationship unfold on camera. Like I do not post these niggas, because I feel like if I'm gonna be embarrassed, I'd rather be embarrassed and learn my lesson and write you guys a good song as to what happened and be over it fully and then address it, versus like people feeling like you need to answer and demand right now and answer out of you because they seen you in a relationship and now they feel it's their business to know what the fuck happened, what didn't happen, what went down, what didn't go down. It's none of y'all business. Realist. And that's another thing too, like, I feel like I don't want to post anybody until I'm married. Like, y'all gonna think I'm crazy when I say this. Like, yeah, I've had like a few people that I posted that I truly genuinely have love for, don't get me wrong, but like, to be like, oh, this is my man for life, da 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 da, I mean, posting about you constantly enough for you to be seeing you gotta be like taking me down the aisle kind of shit. Like, I don't want to post my almost fully blown relationship and then you got the internet going, oh my god, they loved each other the whole time that nigga hated my guts. Like, y'all just not getting it. I want to post the man that I get married to, the one that I'm like, I feel safe with. I feel like this is gonna be something that is beneficial, not just destructive to my assets or who I am as a person. And the only way that I can assure that is I chose this man to marry him. So the question was, who do you like? I'm gonna start with this one. Currently, I don't have any crushes. So if you're questioning who do I like, as like dating wise, I don't have an answer for that. Music wise, I like a lot of fucking people. I listen to a lot of things, from rock to country to rap. I'm literally kind of a judgment free zone. I will give things a listen and try, as long as it don't sound like some bullshit. So I like a lot of artists. Like, I don't fucking know, but recently I've been listening to a lot of people. Like, I'm listening to Bad Omen a lot. I've been listening to them a lot. Playboy Max. You know, I love me some Tony Romiti. Like, I just been listening to mad motherfucking random people. The other question was, what friend is always at the top of your inbox? To be honest with you, it's 3 people. My friend Amore, my friend Katana, and I want to say my mom. They're always sending me videos and reels. And my friend Michaela. They're always sending me freaking videos and reels. These people live for them fucking videos. And I send them sometimes some of the ones I'm watching, but I prefer to just hee ha by myself. Yeah. Who would you say your biggest inspiration is right now musically? So when I started writing the songs on this EP, they were written basically from last year and some of the events from last year, or just a mixture of things that were happening in my personal life. So like, I didn't have an artist in mind when I like made my EP. I just went based off of what I thought sounded good. So for me, it's like, I don't know, I want to have my own sound. So I'm not looking for somebody else musically. I'm looking for myself to write what it is that I'm feeling and put it and translate it into words. So right now, it's just me. Like, I know that sounds so fucking weird, but when I say really it's just me, it's just me. So like, if I was to categorize myself, I'd say like, because I'm not really a singer, I'm still getting back into singing. Writing a singing song versus writing a rap song is two different styles of writing, two different mindsets, right? And so when I think about real R&B culture and stuff like that, like if I was to say like who some of my favorite singers are, I love Anita Baker, love her down, love me some Sade. Donna Summers is another one. She got locked into disco and she hated it, which is like why I'm very also big on being creative. Donna Summers is a heavy person that I really love. Emily Days, love her. I listen to her a lot. Tony Romiti, I listen to her a lot. I listen to Janae Aikio, I listen to Adele. So whenever I'm writing, because I think a lot of people have a lot of notoriety when it comes to my rap music, which I love, and I love to rap. Like, I'm gonna pop my shit when I'm singing, definitely. But it's not the same. So whenever it comes to me and my R&B, because a lot of what you're gonna hear on this on this EP is singing, it's not like how it would be if I was rapping, right? I feel like R&B is more of a feminine element, where it's like I can talk about the heartbreak, I could talk about the love stories and actually unwind into it, and the audience will be receptive to that. I'm not saying that the audience can't be receptive to heartbreak raps or heartbreak loves, but when you're rapping about heartbreak, some people aren't gonna give a fuck. Like my target audience, or how I am when I rap, or the people that like my rap style, are not the same group of people who like my R&B style. I don't know if that makes sense. So when I say that in the sense of like, there is a song on my EP that is very much, I'm that girl kind of energy, but I'm singing about it, a little catchy. Then there's the song that's coming out at the end of this month, which is called Between Me and You, which is very like heartbreak singy rap song. And then I have another one on the EP, and it's very emotionally bound, like, oh, I think I'm with this person, and I think my problem is I need to get away from this person. And then there's the little mini masterpiece of the EP where it's like, yeah, this is what I decided on, right? So, but when you click on my rap music, you already know it's gonna be shit talking. I'm that bitch kind of energy and flow, boss moves, you feel me? That's not the case for my R&B. So, it's very rhythmy, very bluesy, you feel me? So for me, if I was to categorize it, it's like, I'm not Mariah the Scientist, Sad Girl Lover songs. But it's more like, I don't even want to say like, I think Keisha Cole-ish kind of writing. Keisha Cole would probably enjoy this EP. Fantasia might enjoy this EP. Like the Heartbreak girls that sing really good about heartbreak, Jasmine Sullivan, like her, very vibey. So I feel like those people would be who would probably I blend into. And then we talk about like LaToya Green, like on the edges of both worlds, you feel me? I want to say thank you to M, my old co-worker, because he wrote me a beautiful message. He said, "You're amazing, Lauren. From the moment I saw you freestyle at work, I knew you had real talent. Plus, getting to know you here and there, you're a real one. Keep it up, queen." M from work. I want to say thank you to like cherishing that moment with me. Thank you for that throwback moment. It was crazy because I was not gonna do it if it wasn't for one of my friends that like knew I could rap. He was like, go out there and like perform one of your songs for the people. Mind you, it was Christmas karaoke, and it was this lady who we work with, and that lady is fucking crazy. She was singing the song, but it was not hitting. It was very much giving what the hell. And so I don't usually talk to my coworkers. I usually keep to myself. I usually keep my headphones on. Like, I'm polite, I'm respectful, but like, I don't be going around like, I'm a rapper. Like, that's not my whole thing. I be chilling and vibing. So I was like, okay, you don't think I could do it? Like, I have the confidence to do it. So I got up there and I did a little one too. And the crowd was like excited. The people around me who knew me knew. So I was just like, you know, you guys, like, by the way, this is what I do. That's why I don't be talking to y'all. That's why I have my headphones on. But yeah, and then I performed and it was so nice. The vibe was amazing. Yeah, like, yeah, that shit felt mad good, like, not gonna lie. And it was a good memory and moment. And I even got to like interact with people that I had seen at work that I never interacted with, but he was one of them. And I want to say thank you so much for supporting me, everything I do, and always keeping up with me. Like, I love the people that check in with me and be like, yo, thank you. It really means a lot. Y'all who like hit me up and stop me and tell me how amazing my music is, I appreciate you guys for appreciating me out loud while I'm here and alive, because it's so strange to say this, but artists are the only people I feel like whose value increase once they die. And it's sad. Like, my value should be maxed out while I'm here, but it won't be. It will always be more and worth more once I'm no longer here. And that's the sad part about life. So I'm thankful for everybody who loves me and gives me my flowers while I'm here, because that stuff right there also helps me keep going. Like, I'm not just talking to myself. I'm not just saying things for myself. I'm saying things, and the world is moving in the direction of understanding and wanting to get to know me and wanting to get to know and reevaluate itself. And I feel like that's how you heal the world. I'm just trying to heal, and I hope I'm helping heal somebody at the same time with what I'm saying and what I'm doing. And one of the last questions, besides the weird dating questions I kept getting asked, please stop doing that, was, am I missing anyone right now? And to be honest with you guys, yes, I have a couple of people that I'm missing right now. And the kind of missing you I'm having is like a rock and a hard place missing you. It's like, if you came back, would things change? Would they really? When like the truth of who you are has always been the same, like, literally. So for me, it's like, I can miss the good moments, but the reality is, when I unpack and unwind it all, is that I miss you, but I don't miss the real version of you. I miss the pieces of you that make me feel good. And so I keep my distance. So yeah, I got people I miss. So yeah, those are my questions for right now that I got. Please send in more for the next one that's coming out, because I will have a part 2 for you guys. But today, I'm going to start my story time on what inspired me to write the song Between Me and You. And I'm doing this as a level of transparency so that you guys can understand that, hey, these things happen to all of us, the best of us, and that you come out of it. You come out of every lesson with something new to learn. And so I'm going to start with the story of what led to me writing Between Me and You. If you guys like it and you like the backstory behind it, when the EP comes out, I will continue to do another one. So yeah, this story starts with someone that I miss parts and pieces of. So the timeline is April 2021. 2021 was a very, very different year for me. I don't know about anybody else. I had a lot of high moments. Now when I look back on it, I was going through a lot. I had moved from one area to the other very, very fast in like the middle of all of this. So yeah. So it's April 2021, and I met this girl through a family friend, and me and her became really close really fast. I've always been into being friends with weird people because I was the weird kid. So it's like, for me, I feel like I could relate to people who are like exiled or mishandled or mistreated because they're weird, because I was the weird kid. So I feel like those are my people, and this girl was one of them. And so when I met her, she was new here, she was not from here, and she was homeless. She was working, but she was homeless. And basically because she was around my cousin and all of our like crew of people that we always hang out with, like, and we would literally go and sit at the house and do homework together. Like, my cousin and everybody around us, we was all in the same age group, but we was like all talking about how we wanted to change our lives and make it and do different things for ourselves. And so she had just recently came home from her prison bid, but she was still young. Like, she was older than us, but she was still young. So we all like, all right, cool, we gonna all help each other get that to the next. Now, I had my own place already. I usually always have my own place because I like being by myself. So she was telling me about how she was sleeping in people's cars and also going to work and stuff like that. And granted, and so even though I had not known her for a long time, me and her connected really well. We vibed out really well. So I told her, like, hey, if you don't want to spend the night here, because the house was pretty active, like everybody was going in and out, it was a bunch of us. Like, if you don't want to spend the night here, you can always come spend the night in my house. Like, I don't live too far. So that happened. We've been hanging out for a few days in a row. So I was like, yo, you want to come spend the night at my house? She like, yeah. So boom, she comes, she spends the night in my house. And so she's like, oh, can you take me to go cash my check in the morning, blah blah blah, from work? I said, okay, cool, whatever, I got you. So she spent the night at my house. Now, the night that she spent the night at my house, before we even got to my house, my wallet goes missing. My wallet goes missing while I'm at my cousin's house and we're all there. And so my thing is like, my cousin and I, like, we got a pretty open communication. Like, why the fuck was she, like, my cousin like to steal, but my cousin wouldn't steal from me. Like, she wouldn't steal no money from me. She the type, she know if she asks me, I'm gonna give it to her. And the thing for me is, like, how the fuck is my money missing? Like, how is my wallet missing? And I'm supposed to be leaving on my trip to go to Florida. Like, I had already paid for it or whatever. Mind you, this is like the brink of like mid-COVID, things are still on a restriction. But I had decided, like, I'm gonna solo travel, which is what like kickstarted a lot more of my solo traveling outside of New York State. And so I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go to Florida. I want to enjoy this trip, da 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 da. Everybody knew I was leaving in a few days. So for my wallet to go missing was like extra diabolical, because now my ID is missing. I can't get on my flight. So it's like, my shit went missing, and for half the night we all looking for my shit, to the point my cousin looking for it. We all in the house looking for it. Now, all of us who be in and out the house, like I said, we do homework together, we eat together, we do everything together. So it's not like niggas is not, we all got our own money, we all got our own shit going on, we all doing our own little things. Why the fuck would we just randomly, why would my cousin just randomly take my wallet? Like, why would my wallet go missing? You feel me? So boom, we look at me and her, because she like, oh, I'm gonna come spend the night at your house, da da da. Why it gets so real? I'm like, only other place I went today was work, and I threw out some trash in my car, but I don't think I threw out my wallet. Shit was so real. She like, let's go check and see if it's in there. Now, mind you, where I work at is in almost Clay. I live in Syracuse. Anybody knows that's a kind of a drive, you feel me? Right? So when we get out there, this bitch jumps in the literal dumpster, because the garbage cans was empty, to look through the dumpster and see if my wallet was in there. And I don't know about y'all, but the way I was raised is that if somebody looking for your shit harder than you, they're the person that has it. And something in my spirit just felt like she got your shit. Now, me being me, I'm gonna be like, nah, let me not think like that, because like, I don't want to be thinking like that, because I already know how it gets down, okay? And I be telling myself, I be trying to ward off the bad feelings, because I know me well enough to know if I feel some kind of way about you, I'm gonna move accordingly, even if I keep saying no, that's not a good thing. So boom, she comes to my house, whatever. The next day, it's like she want me to take her to go cash her check. So I go do that or whatever. And we go out to eat. We go out to eat breakfast. We vibing or whatever. And mind you, we had looked my car up and down 6 motherfucking times. And I know my car. My car had even a secret compartment. But bitch, only I would know about this secret compartment. So I had looked through the whole car. Nobody could figure out nothing. Boom. Next thing you know, a few days go by. Now, mind you, I'm supposed to be leaving to Florida. Like, this shit happened about a week before I was supposed to leave for Florida. Now, I had even went through the process of trying to get a new ID. That shit not gonna be here sooner than my flight. I'm depressed. I'm stressed out. And, you know, there is a family event that goes on every year. So, she new to it or whatever. And so I start getting myself together. We hang out for the whole day. We hang out at the family event. And so, boom. About 2 days later, I get a call from her. This is, mind you, my trip's supposed to be in like literally the next 48 hours. My trip is supposed to be going on. Mind you, I paid for my hotel. I done paid for my flight, my rental. Everything's already paid for. So I'm the tightest bitch right now. I'm the tightest, right? And as this is happening, I'm at work. I get a notification that my Cash App had money removed. Mind you, my wallet ain't been used. So, like, my cards ain't been used. So that means at first I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's in the garbage can. But the fact that now money is being removed off my shit tells me somebody actively has my wallet, right? So as this is happening, right? Boom. Shorty Dwarf gonna call me like, oh, can you come pick me up from the laundromat? Because your cousin and her friend is acting funny towards me. And the way my cousin is, she's very funny acting. Like, if she's funny acting. So I understood what Shorty was going through. So I said, okay, cool. I'll come get you. All right, I'm going to come get you. The laundromat was up the street from my house, but I needed to run home and grab something real quick. Because I'm like, maybe we hang out today, who knows. So I run to my house real quick. I take her with me after picking her up from the laundromat. And I'm asking her, like, what's going on, what y'all arguing about? She like, oh, we arguing about money, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, y'all just got to chill out. So I go inside. I come back out. Well, I come back out and Shorty talking about something. Yo, I found your wallet. Y'all. If y'all seen the size of my wallets are not small. And the reason my wallets are never small is because I'm the type bitch to lose my shit. And this is the crazy part for me. Shorty Dwarf handed me my wallet. And I'm in my... So, boom. Now I'm really vexed because, bitch, money missing out of my wallet. We've been tearing my car up for days now. My wallet ain't been in there. Magically, you get in my car, I get out the car. I'm venting to you about how my trip is in 2 days and I ain't even got my ID. I can't go nowhere. And you magically pop out with my wallet when I go walk inside in the car that I've been searching for weeks. Okay, bitch, you think I was born last night. Okay. So on the drive, I call my mom, but she in my headphones. I'm talking to her. So I say one of our code words because my mom and I have code words. So then, boom, my mom talking to me. But I'm like, yeah, right? So then we sitting there, she talking, and my mom is really good at this shit. So she like, what's going on? So I just keep saying yes and no. To the point my mom...
people like, yo, you not even responding to me. So she like, oh, something happened. I go,
yeah. So then she go...
let me think about it. Is this to do with your wallet?
I go, yeah. She go, She go,
let me guess. You found your wallet.
I go, yeah, something like that. And then she goes...
Okay, so somebody found your motherfucking wallet.
I go, yes, they sure did. Why the fuck she gonna guess it on the head? She goes, so
somebody found your wallet and they trying to make you seem crazy.
I said, yup. My mom goes,
was it the bitch who was helping you look for it? I go,
yup, you was on point. Boom. So now my mom is like,
in tune, like, oh hell yeah, call me back. So boom, we
pull up to my cousin's friend's house. Now, when we pull up, so I drop her off. When I drop her off, I call my cousin. I'm like, yo, real talk, you gonna have to tell your friend that I'm about to tear her fucking house up. Like, she need to know, like, I'm about to come back here and I'm about to tear this motherfucker up. Cause why old girl just hand me my wallet? So now my cousin on the phone like, what? The same wallet we all been looking for. We all been looking for this motherfucking wallet. Okay? We all searched the car. So I'm not delusional. We all know for a fact that wallet was not in my vehicle. Yeah, talking about she just found it in my car. I said, it's crazy because today's the day that somebody pulled $250 off my motherfucking card. My cousin goes, say swear to God. I said, swear to God. She said, you want to know what's crazy? Because I'm like, yo, what the fuck is y'all arguing about rent for? What is y'all My cousin goes, we arguing about money because she don't want to pay where she's staying at. And she got money in her motherfucking wallet. I said, how much money she got in her wallet? My cousin, mind you, not even realizing game. She got the same amount of money that's missing out of my accounts. Oh, really? So now, my cousin like, yeah, nah, we on our way anyway. So, boom, we both pull up to the house. I pull up in my car. They pull up together, my cousin and her friend. And it be our fucking luck. The cops are already at the house. Why? Because the neighbors upstairs is fussing and fighting to the point there's a cop there, right? So when we walk in the crib, my cousin friend cursing Shorty out. She like, yo, bitch, why you telling me you ain't got my rent money, but they saying you got money on you, you saying you ain't got it, da 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 da. I come in like, I need to know where you got that money from, because on me, I just had a transaction come out my account for the same money that my cousin saying you got in your possession. Right? So boom, Shorty going back and forth with her. She told her she ain't paying her yet because of this, that, to the next. She just cashed her check, da 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 da. Mind you, she been working, right? And I told you she homeless, right? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I took you to cash your check, but bitch, you just magically got the money in your wallet that's missing out of mine, and you magically found my wallet today. I'm not fucking with it. Like, come on now. I was born at night, not last night. So now she like, oh, it wasn't me. This bitch, I take the money from her, right? This bitch gonna run outside on the porch where the cops are, telling us something. Oh, they're stressing me out, crying and shit, to the point the cop tell us we gotta give her back the money, right? So boom, I give her back the money and I leave. But that whole day, I'm seething. Like, I'm on 10, y'all. So boom, she telling the cops how we stressed her out, whatever have you. She do all this crying shit. I leave. I'm on 10, y'all. I'm feeling like I could really harm this girl. So I go to my other mom house and I'm talking to her. I'm telling her what happened. I'm giving her the rundown. My mom goes, oh no, you're gonna go back over there and tonight we gonna go get your shit. I said, okay, because that's what I was thinking about. Like, on some real shit, I'm thinking about, yeah, tonight will be the night that I will beat your ass. I need my money back. So boom, I let some hours pass because I know the cops is already over there. And I let it get almost dark. It's like 7 o'clock. It's summertime. You know, it's April going into May. So, you know, the sun take forever to come down. So, boom. One thing about my cousin friend house, the door used to never stay locked, Bookie. Anybody walk up in there, it's because all of us was crazy. You walk up in that house, you gonna die in that house. So, we didn't give a fuck. Door open. So, boom, I walk up in the door. My cousin home. Now, she's sitting there. And I'm talking. I'm like, yo, listen, real talk. She like, oh, y'all not gonna fight in the house, da da da. My mom on the phone. My mom go, hey yo. So my mom go, she told my cousin, real talk, love you, my baby, but you need to step aside, because right now ain't the time for all that. And so my cousin looks at her friend and goes, you heard what my aunt just said? I'm out of this. So she walks out. So now it's me and Shorty, and I'm telling her, all right, this how this gonna go. You're gonna give me my money back, and I'm gonna leave, and we're gonna have a good night, and we're gonna be coolin'. Or I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna take my money, And you just gonna have to take a double L tonight. Because either way go tonight, I'm leaving here with my money. So, shorty do up standing there. She like, I didn't take this money from you. I work for this money. You helped me go cash my check. Da da da. I'm like, I don't care about none of that right now, shorty. I don't give a fuck about none of that that you're saying. You need to come off my bread. So my mom told me she heard you the first time. The next time you gotta find yourself going back and forth with her, I'm gonna need you to just beat her ass. And so my mom, because at this point in time, my mom is not living in Syracuse. She's still living in Illinois. She tell me, set the camera up so she could see me whoop this girl ass. Now, y'all, in hindsight, if I was shorty, I would have popped on me. I would have popped on me. Because, yeah, I would have popped on me. But that's besides the point. Why that girl gets so scared? Because I say, yeah, I'm about to grab your blanket and just start beating your ass with it. Because she's standing there like this. She goes, I didn't even, you know what? I'm just going to give you the money. Yeah, you are just going to give me the money. And what I mean by I would have popped on me, first of all, I would have popped on me for one. Your mom telling you how you finna beat my ass would have made me feel up and beat the fuck out of whoever it was more, right? But then on top of that, this is like COVID. Having a job is mad hard, da-da-da, right? You homeless. You working hard for this money. Bitch, if you didn't take the money, and this is what I told her. If you didn't take my money, I would have fought me. Because I'm homeless, I'm working hard as fuck for this money for somebody to take my bread from me because they saying they bread missing. I would have fought me. At that point, real talk, if she would have fought me, I would have believed she didn't take my money. I don't know why I'm like this, but I also feel like, and I told her, if you didn't take my money, then you need to go take it out on whoever ass took the money because you knew where my wallet was because we all motherfucking went through that car together. There's no way you magically just got my wallet. No way magically you just got my wallet the day. And the thing for me is like, yeah, I got my bread and I left. Where do you mean? Told shorty don't say shit else to me. Kick rocks kind of shit, right? Got my money, left, went on my trip and was living life. Living the Vida Loca by myself for a week in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So, boom. Fast forward. Some crazy shit happens where my cousin is involved and we all have to come together because she her friend or whatever and I'm her cousin, so we all just, we all had to meet up and talk about what happened. So with that happening and my cousin having to go to the hospital, mad crazy shit happening, me and her had to talk. So we started talking or whatever, and my aunt was overseeing the conversation and she like, y'all two just gotta work it out, da da da. So I'm like, I actually and for me, I was like, I genuinely fucked with you, even though that crazy shit happened. And she was like, I didn't take your money. I said, well, till this day, I still feel like if you didn't take my money, you know who took it because you was in that house and you need to go beat their ass and get it back. That was the literal conversation. And basically from there, we was just like, okay, we're going to be cool, calm, and cordial for my cousin's sake and, do whatever we got to do. So me and her start hanging out again. And she's going through a phase where it's like, she don't know what she want to do with her life. And I was like, I understand that because you are homeless and you're going through things. I understand that. And I can understand that, like, being homeless, you probably felt like you had to take it from somebody. But, baby, you took it from the wrong bitch because you could never take anything from me. So, from there, it was like, me and her would be talking to each other and I'd be there to give her the support that she needed. And then she told me the truth of, like, how she's pregnant. So, she's like, I'm pregnant. So, she tells me that she's pregnant. And I'm like, do you know who the father is? She's like, it could be between these two people, but I strongly feel like it's this guy's baby, like, based on the time of conception. I'm like, okay, cool. So, dude that she's messing with is he not even from here either, but he lives in the town for some reason. A bunch of niggas just be coming to live in this town. So, like, okay, whatever. So, she's like, but because of that, I'm going back home, which is downstate. She lives in downstate area. So she like, I'm going back home and I'm gonna try and get my life together out there because I know how the programs work out there. I don't know how this shit work here. I ain't been getting the help that I needed to while I'm here in Syracuse, so I'm gonna do that in my hometown, and I'm gonna have my baby out there. So at first I'm a little sad, but I'm like, okay, like I understand. Do what you gotta do. I support you 100%. So on this journey, she ends up going back home, right? So she ends up going back home, and she goes back in and she goes to the homeless shelter, and she declares herself homeless, and she starts getting the help that she needs. She starts setting up her life. Mind you, she's pregnant, and me and her become closer and closer through the phone. And so whenever she can have visits up here, she comes up to Syracuse because that's where her baby daddy is from, and her few friends, including myself, are here. And like even my family forgave her to the point like she was coming around us, and she told me like, I want you to be the godmother to my daughter, because she was pregnant at the time. And I told her when she was pregnant, I had a vision when she was about 4 to 6 weeks pregnant, and I told her, I said, I can see your baby, you're gonna have a girl. Now everybody around her kept saying she was gonna have a boy. We bet on it, and I was correct. My clairvoyancy was true. And so I said, because of that, I get to pick the baby's first birthday theme and this, that, to the next, and we agreed on it. So and it was crazy because she was waiting on getting the gender reveal, and the day of her supposed to like go and get it done, the week of, her baby daddy gets shot and killed, right? He gets shot and killed, and the funeral is up here, and so she has to come back. So she comes back, and when she comes back, I'm there to help and support her as much as possible. Girl, we ate edibles before the funeral. I'm making her laugh and stuff, and we just are doing better. Like, I'm telling her, like, at the end of the day, you're gonna be okay. Mind you, people in the family was like not fucking with her, kept trying to say like, oh, that's not his baby, da-da-da. But like, even his first baby mama and his mom knew like he loved that girl, and it was definitely hunching a lot, and that was definitely probably her baby daddy. So she like, when I have my baby, everybody's gonna see. And I'm like, you know what? And even if it's not, life gonna still go on. And so as she comes back, we have the funeral and stuff, and she goes back downstate. Now she's big pregnant. She's almost finished with the pregnancy, and I'm telling her like, see, life is beautiful. Like, you're gonna have everything you want. She gets the apartment. She gets a call back from the people, and they're like, hey, we know that you're having a kid. We have this apartment available for you and your baby, for you to start up, da-da-da-da, and you can do the programs. And so like everything starts coming through for her, right? And I'm happy as fuck because I keep visiting her, and she like, when I get my apartment, you gonna come down and visit me? I'm like, yes, I'll come see you, right? Because I'm that friend. She ends up going back to the homeless shelter or whatever have you, and she was hanging around some girl out there, and she was telling me how the girl was moving. I said, that girl weird, something about her off, I don't trust her. Why the girl pop up sick? And so she's sick or whatever have you, and she's around my friend at the time who's pregnant. So we end up, she ends up getting sick from the girl because the girl, come to find out, had COVID and was hiding it while at the shelter. And then she finally admitted to having it. And then she was around the girl that's pregnant. So she ends up going on quarantine. They put her in a hotel room, mind you, while she in the hotel room, because they trying to control it. She ends up telling them like, yo, I don't feel so hot, something's wrong, I'm pregnant, can y'all take me to the doctors? And so because they don't have enough resources and they're scared to, they keep her in a hotel room and tell her, well, you're just tested positive for COVID, so you're gonna feel this way until you get done. Like, they don't take her to the doctors, none of that, right? So she gets cleared to go. She goes to the hospital to find out how her baby's doing, and come to find out the baby is no longer alive. Sometime in between. So come to find out the baby passed away while she was on quarantine. And so she was basically almost full term. She had to push the baby out. And so I was very, very heartbroken. I believe kids are a different form of like joy and light and happiness. So I was not okay either, and we were sad together. And she got the apartment with no baby, with all the stuff that was like there and prepared for her, and it just didn't happen. And so she was very, very much, what's the words, depressed. She was depressed. And so I would come and visit her, I would drive down, go visit her on the days that I didn't have work, because I had a very good work schedule where I only worked on the weekends, and then I basically be off for the whole week. So I would be able to drive down there and spend time with her for a substantial. And so I would go down and visit her, and we spend time together. And it was to the point where I was dealing with a lot here that made me feel like it was time for me to leave. And some of the things that I was dealing with on my own personal self and own personal health will be talked about in the EP, but it will be talked about in another song. And so I was facing that, and a big portion of the heartbreak had to do with my situationship. I won't even call it a relationship. And it was weighing on me heavy with a lot of things that was happening. And so we were just like leaning into each other. It was like our friendship was at the point where we were leaning into each other and starting to entrust in each other, to the point I was ready to move. And I was thinking of moving downstate. So yeah, we grew very, very close. And so for now, I'm gonna leave this for part 2. The rest will be in part 2 about what happened with me on aiming to move downstate and actually spending more time and starting to apartment hunt. And I'm gonna tell you guys what happened in part 2 and bigger pieces that come together. So next week there will be a part 2, and I'm breaking this stuff down so that everybody gets a full development of like past, present, and future, and what led up to what. If you have any questions, you can ask them. They will be available for you to ask in my anonymous questionnaire. As for now, this is part 1 of The Art of Letting Go, the breakdown and explanation of Between Me and You, my new lead single that will be out by the end of this month.